Hey, what's going on, everybody? Dave back again, and today we're continuing with our unboxing of the Unicorn of Justice, brought to you by Hobbywave. So I'm actually really eager to get this unboxed, show you guys all the runners so that I can actually get started on it. Definitely stick with me for the build and then the final review on this, because at first when it was announced I wasn't that excited about it. And well, now I am, especially now that I have it, and I'm hoping to have some cool stuff going on with it. I already have a metal part set coming, already in my mind planning on some different lighting stuff and some cool effects to add onto this. So without further ado, we will get rid of the book, and then what I'm going to end up doing, hopefully things are not too bright or too dull, because I tried to set up the camera where all the pieces showed up, but I may end up pulling this off, and I'll also be like kind of popping you guys in and out on this. So starting with runner A, this is like I was talking about in the last video. They've kind of switched it around. Runner A used to be your like head parts and other things like that. Well, this time around they start with runner A being the unicorn horn. As you can see, you've got the white on one side, and there's some great detail in here. You've got part 1, part 2, and I'm looking at it, and it's almost a translucent color. It's not pearlescent though. It's a little bit different from the normal just standard white. But on the other side you actually have a coating. This is very reminiscent of the coatings that Kotobukiya does on their pieces. No swirls, no anything. It's an actual coating on there. And then it's my understanding that there's magnets in there, and I think it's these pieces right here which will hold the unicorn horn shut. We will end up testing that fact later on. But very well done. It looks good. The way they gated it and everything shouldn't affect this coating at all. So, but definitely be careful when you are building it so that to not scratch the gold portion on there. So with that being said, I'm not sure where I put the bag, but it'll go well in here. So I'm going to stick that in there so I don't make that mistake myself. Alright, on runner B here. Now I do, like I said, I have the contrast turn, or the brightness turned down on the camera. Otherwise all the parts, the white parts, wash out with the lighting, and I want you guys to be able to see the details. Runner B here, you have the unicorn face mask. Looks like a lot of head parts here. You get the beam saber handles, which are freaking huge. One of the things that I'm planning on trying to do, and it shouldn't be hard, is modifying the hands and extending the wiring to on the hands, putting magnets so that if he's holding the beam sabers, the beam magnum, or the bazooka, which I will be adding LEDs to, they have the ability to light up. So little micro LED in the hilt here, which there's plenty of room with the wiring and stuff, I think will look freaking awesome. You do get, and it's funny, all the shots that we got before, it just looked pretty plain. But looking at it out of the box, there are a lot of little minute details that are on here. You've got the side of the head, you've got the faceplate, you've got Benager standing and sitting, though if you look, they are not the same size. Nowhere near. I don't know what they were thinking on that. unless he's not actually supposed to be 1/60th scale. Maybe he's supposed to be a little bit larger. Almost looks like it's supposed to be like a 1/48th scale, maybe, to display next to it. I'm not sure, but when I first saw this, I was like, what were they thinking on that? But anyway, yeah, so there's runner B. Runner C. Now these are varying sizes. I'm actually changing the screen proportion before I pull it up here. Runner C is going to be, you've got chest pieces, you've got skirt pieces, side of the chest, top of the chest. This actually looks, I think this is for the cockpit over here. You've got the chest door. So yeah, and these are in a, of course, white. And they're actually in a kind of a flat white. If you hear banging next door, that's my dumbass neighbors and their kids jumping around, and I hate them. Okay, so on runner D, you get only one runner of these. Of course, leg portions, you do get, there's a panel line that runs this way, that way. I'm not going to do it, but yeah, you get panel lines that run across here, which is nice on both sides. Looks like leg chunks on here. Not much detail on the back side. You do on these. And moving on, runner E, you actually get two of, and these are going to be arm parts. Now this was this way when I ended up opening it just on this one, so it had broken loose over here. You get shoulder parts, arm parts, more arm parts. And I think, seeing pictures of it, I am not going to be displaying in Unchained, because I kind of don't like that, especially with the lighting portions, except for maybe in chunks, little sections like these that open up. These are the leg pieces. They open up for the Unchained. So some pieces I think would look kind of cool, but not the whole thing in Unchained. Runner F, you actually get two of. Runner G, you get two of these as well. Again, more leg parts. You do have this, which was a thin piece, which evidently broke. Looks like you got some thruster pieces here, side skirt pieces here. But again, on runner G, you get two of those. And that's actually pretty much it as far as white parts go. Now moving on to others, and let me change something here real quick. Can we increase that? Pop that up a little bit. And that should be good. Okay. That looks a little bit better. Alright, so for runner H is going to be the beginning of your psycho frame parts. This is the one big runner that there is of it. So you've got the cockpit. Looks like front skirts, leg pieces. What all have you got on here? Skirts. I'm trying to eyeball what the pieces are here. You can see if I do it that way. They are nice and bright. They're brighter in person than they are on camera. If I actually set them to the correct thing, then you wouldn't be able to see the detail, but there is a lot of nice detail in here. I think if you take your time and do like the panel lining on the psycho frame parts, it would actually look very good. On runner I, you get, kind of flip around here, looks like the psycho frame parts for the head, the face, backpack, legs. I think these are for the arms. I think this is another one for the backpack, chest. So yeah, and there's a lot of little, you know, lines and stuff in there that you could do a like a black, like a flat black, I think would look best in there and really make that pop. Now runner J you actually get 2 of. Let's see, skirts, probably legs or arms on here. So yeah, you get 2 runner J's. And I don't know why, I don't know where it is. It might still be downstairs from Halloween. I don't have my black light up here to test that out. Runner K, you get 2 of here. Let's see, leg pieces, I'm not sure on here, they're curved. I think these are arm pieces over here. But yeah, very, very, very cool. This gives a lot of potential. That's one of the things I was talking to my friends about, is that this kit gives a lot of potential, like a blank canvas almost, to do pretty much anything you want, especially putting in more panel lines and details. Okay, so on runner L1, you get a waist section here, you get top of the chest, the neck piece here, and then one of the things, don't make fun of this towel, okay? Anybody that knows me knows I love freaking monkeys, and a friend of mine gave me this towel. So one of the things I'm going to do, if I can get it in, there's the cockpit chair. There is a lot of detail that is up in there. So that is really cool. Alright. Now I'm pretty sure, I'm just not sure where it is, because that was L1, which makes me think there's a runner. Oh, this made no sense to me. This is why I couldn't find it. Runner L2, this is in a kind of medium dark gray, is the cover where the battery would be in the base. You know what, these are so dark, let me get rid of that. Partly because it's annoying me. So this is the cover for the base. I'm not sure why they numbered this L2 when the base and everything is around the YZ. I'm not sure why they ended up doing that, but yeah, this is L2. Alright, for M1 you get in the navy color, and so you get the foot pieces, backpack, just miscellaneous pieces that are on there. M2 is the other foot pieces, basically identical to the other one, just only these 3 pieces, or 4 pieces I should say. Alright, runner in, and this is in, I've noticed some of these are in a funky color. They're not in a gray. These are actually in a kind of a brownish gray color. Let me see. This is probably going to screw it all up. I don't know. Hopefully not. So these are actually in a brownish gray color, not in a black or just a gray, which I found was kind of interesting. Let's see. I think these are some chest pieces, waist piece, so on and so forth. But there's just one runner for runner N. Runner O, again, same color, that brownish. You get basically the crotch section, skirts. I think these go through this section. You've got that part. Runner P. I have no clue where these go to. I think they go to the arms. Runner Q. Now this is going to be your knee joints, thruster bells. Let's see here. Back of the knees, these are going to be your hips. There's actually two of these for runner Q. And these things are, I'm going to have to dig out one of my other perfect grades because these things just seem a lot bigger. So it does not appear that there was any rehashing. Alright, runner R, these are the hands. And these seem a lot bigger. I know I have one over here. We have the infamous hand. Yeah, so you have this hand. So I would say the perfect grade hand is actually bigger. New hand, it's like 3 times the size. So that is interesting. I'm assuming that they designed a whole new hand, or at least a whole new size. This is the only thing that I don't like about these multi together. As you can see, if I can get the reflection here, you can see the divots that are in each and every one of these fingers. They are kind of a pain in the butt to clean up. Just because of the texture of the plastic. Some of it's hard, and then some of it's really flexible. And it's the flexible stuff that's a pain in the rear to clean. But I still love the concept of the multi plastic. Alright, moving on to runner S. There are 2 of these. Again, still in that brownish color. Alright, T1, brownish color. I'm assuming leg pieces. I know these are leg pieces on here. There is some detail on the frame. Looks like that part popped loose somehow. Alright, where are we? Runner U, you get 2 of. And I don't know if I'm just looking at the same color or this one's actually kind of grayish. No, it's the brownish gray. My eyes are just really tired. Yeah, so you get 2 of these. Like I said, I believe there's like 46 runners. There is a lot. And I'm going to turn that down a little bit. Okay. Runner V, there is just 1 of, and these are part of the weapons. This looks like beam magnum parts, barrel, handles, all that good stuff. Handle for the beam magnum, and think my ass is getting too fat because it's getting hard to bend over anymore. Okay, runner W, you actually get 2 of. These are in, I don't know, a sea mist or like a bluish gray. But these are the cartridges for the Beam Magnum. So you get 2 runners of those. Runner Y. Now this is going to be your stand part for the Unicorn. And if you notice, if you look at it this way, it actually looks like the unicorn horn. It's that design. And I'm debating whether I want to paint it that way. That would be actually really cool though. Also, let me say on that, these parts are very hefty. They're not like thin or anything. It's very weighty, so I don't know if you can pose it other than standing on that stand. I don't know if it'll hold it, but we'll end up finding out. On here we have, and hopefully you guys can see it okay, you have the head pieces on here, which are in the infamous you know, the neon green. And this is what I was talking about, used to be runner A, and it's now labeled WA. You get the shield pieces that fold out here. These clip off. These look like majority of shield pieces that are on here. You get just this small little runner of actual clear pieces right here. There's 4 pieces. That's it. Runner WB, you get the rest of the shield pieces. As you can see, it's very big. And for, I have to zoom out for this one, for runner WC, and I can barely get the whole thing into the shot. This is, I showed this in the last video, this is the bazooka, and yeah, it's huge, and I can't imagine getting the full armor version and having 2 of these slung to his freaking back. That's just crazy. Doesn't mean I won't end up doing it, not, you know, unless I get like some great deal or something like that, or one thrown at me. But yeah, that's crazy. We're coming up on the last, guys. We're coming up on the last. WD, you get 2 of, and these are for the beam Gatling guns. And I think that's all that these parts are, is just to make up the beam Gatling guns. Again, these are in more of a like a brownish color than the others are. These are just straight up like brown. Oh crap, there's still more. Okay, so you've got the base here, which barely fits all into the camera. So you'll be able to lay like the guns, so on and so forth, have them up in here. Your battery pack's going to go in here. Your wiring is going to feed around and then up. The underside is like so. Plenty of room if you wanted to add little details and stuff to it. So yeah, that's going to actually be pretty cool. Oh. Okay. All right. For now, these are not quite polycaps. They're palm. So they are plastic like joint caps, but they're not as flexible as like the poly caps. There are 2 runners of these. These are palm O or 0, and all of these seem to be like octagon or hexagon shaped on there. I'm not sure what those go to yet, but we will find out together. On the poly caps, you get 2 runners of them. They are in a gray, and again, there are a ton of those, and you can tell a majority of them are in that octagon shape. Then Runner Z are your two beam sabers, or at least the blades for them. So they are nice and long. They're more of a pinkish color, or a lighter pink color. Then moving on, and so I do want to clear up something though on this one here. These are the metal foils or metal stickers, which I believe are supposed to stick to the inside for reflection purposes to some of the pieces. For my snap up, I will use these. For my actual build, once I break it back down and repaint it, because it will be getting painted, I will end up using something like Alclad or something like that for the reflection on there. These are really thin, so be cautious with that. I don't know how durable they are, but they are really thin. And to dispel some information that I've heard a couple people talking about, and let me do this because it's going to end up helping in the long run. For the decals, these are not water slides, they are stickers, they are decals. So don't get too excited that you got water slides on there. You can see that they are stickers. The only way to get the water slides is to get them from someplace like Samuel Decal. There are a couple other places selling them on like eBay, things like that. Samuel Decal, or you can get official Bandai water slides, which only come with the full armor add-on, which I believe was an exclusive set, which I believe I have been seeing running around 100, 110, depending on where you end up looking. Retail from Bandai was 71, 72 US dollars. So yeah, that is the only way you're going to get the actual Bandai water slides for this. Now, I don't know if I want to do this or if I want to be brave and actually have duplicates of the Verkov version made up to go on here, and that's actually what I'm thinking about having done. But we will see. For my snap up, I'll probably end up using these just for that. But again, not water slides, only stickers. One way to always end up telling is if the paper is green, it's a sticker. If the paper is blue, it's a water slide, especially from Bandai. They are very very color coordinated. Here. Great example. I have two sheets here. One for the Master Grade Zaku 2 2.0 on blue paper, and for the Real Grade Strike Freedom, again, on blue paper. I know the lights are overly bright, but yeah. So if it's on blue paper, it's water slides. If it's on green paper, it's just a sticker. Well, thanks for sticking with me. That took a hell of a long time. But I'm excited to get it done because that means I can start on it, and I am going to be starting with the base. Actually, I take that back. My next video will be on doing the light set, showing you guys how that ends up working, and then I will start on the base. So thanks for sticking with me. I will talk to you guys all later. It's been a blast, and I can't wait to share this with you guys. I will talk to you guys all later. Everyone have a great night, and as usual, peace out.